Everyone, it's Sarah. At Tuesday's professional development, a question about embedding came up, and I think it's a term that gets thrown around a little too much to mean different things. And so I wanted to show you how to use pages and how to embed all sorts of things. The first thing you need to be able to do is to identify an embed code. And so we're going to talk about that. Also, what you can embed and what you should just link instead, and the easy way to do that. If you put everything on a page, then kids are not flipping back and forth in and out of things. And also, if you want to use completion rules for anything, put the YouTube videos in pages. That way, by opening the page, they get the click view and can keep moving on. So you can't make them watch the video, but it's a good workaround. So I love pages. They're the perfect way to do just about anything. I'll finish that text later, but I'm going to show you a few ninja moves here, so to speak. And one of them is how to embed YouTube videos. So this is a Nearpod video set that I just put in the self-paced course. And so I went to the settings that sit themselves, not the settings themselves, but the playlist itself, because I wanted to embed all of them. And you go to share. You're always going to look for this in YouTube, the share button. That gives you all these options. And usually you come down here and just get the link, but you need to get the embed codes. Embed codes always look like this. They have two carrots right here. You click embed, and then you click copy. It will highlight all of it, and it just copied it. And then we can go back to our page. You can't just stick this in there. You can't just paste the code there. It won't work. You have to insert it. And there are a few ways to do it, but I'm going to encourage you to just pick one way and do it, but I'll show you a number of ways to do it. I learned how to do it this way, so this is the way I usually do it. So I go to insert content, image media, and then you have two options here. I'm going to choose from the web. You have an image and media. We're going to choose media. And then you paste it. I use Control V as in victory, or you can right click it and paste it. Insert media. And you're going to have this yellow frame. And sometimes I like to bring them out just a little bit. So I also recommend stopping and creating, saving between these, because they don't autosave. So if you get on a roll and you don't finish what you're doing, you might have to go back and do it over. So now you can see this video is ready to play right here in my page, and we can move on to something else. The next thing I want to show you is how to embed from your Screencastify screen. I'm going to go back into edit page. Okay, so I just finished a couple of Screencastify videos, and I have not downloaded these to YouTube, but I wanted to get them out there. And so remember that on Screencastify, you're going to see this copy shareable link first. Ignore it, but also you need to click more options always. And you need to change the privacy so that it works for what you need it to. So I have it as unlisted. And then you come down here and you see those carrots right here to get embed code. Copy embed code. And it's the same process. We're going to go back to our page. I'm going to enter down a couple, and we're going to try using the nerd freckles this time. These are nerd freckles. They're not. It's just what they called them at the first Schoology next I went to, and it's kind of stuck. So it's right there. And I'm entering a couple of times. I probably don't need to, but I don't code. So you put the embed code right there, and then click back off. And it's right there. So let's save that and see how it looks. There it is. So you can see my whole screen and all of my 8,000 tabs. And it will play right here, just like this. So we've done 2 different kinds of videos. And next I'm going to show you how to do a Google form. Google Forms and Microsoft Forms both work. So forms.microsoft, I can get there that way. It's going to load my forms, and then I have to open one of them to get the code. So I'm going to open up just this one for scenario level 2. And don't bother with the 3 dots here. We're just going to click right into it, and you're going to go to share. And see, there's our carrots again. I'm going to get the embed code there, copy. And then we're going to go back to edit. And so we've done it this way, and we've done it with the freckles. I'm actually going to put it in this way again, but you can also put it in through the YouTube app if you're using YouTube and things like this. But I'm going to put image media from the web, media, link, paste. And the nice thing about putting forms in, and Google Forms work the same way, you just go to send on a Google form instead of share, like on a Microsoft form. And so that's right in there. And so the kid could watch a video and then answer a question here. And there's just a lot to love about that. And I hope that you will investigate that. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is show you how to embed Google Slide decks into pages, which is pretty exciting in my opinion. So we're going to go to edit. Usually you have to click on the page to get it to like load when it's in the edit form. It didn't used to be that way, but it is like that now. So if you want your kids to view a Google slide deck and then do something else, this is for viewing, typically not for writing on them. So I like to use it for notes and things like that. So we want to go over here to, this is a Modern Classroom's How to Use Edpuzzle. Now this is their document, it's view only. And so I'm going to make a copy of it. Go to File, make a copy. So don't ever, and click Entire Presentation. Don't ever bother going and asking for permission to view or to edit. Didn't like that. Here we go. Well, that's rude. Maybe. There we go. So I have a copy of How to Use Edpuzzle now. And in order to show this through an embed code, you have to do something called Publish to the Web. So go to File. And go to Publish to the Web. And you want to click Embed. And it doesn't allow you to not auto-advance them, so I usually pick like the longest setting. So that would be every minute. Sorry about the yawns here all of a sudden. And then start slideshow as soon as the player loads, and restart it after the last slide. Sure, why not? And we're going to click on it, Publish, and we're going to say yes. It's going to give us the code, and all we have to do is hit Control-C to copy it. And then we're going to go back to our page. You know what's going to happen next. We're going to click in here, see the cursor. We're going to insert content, image, web, media, and insert media. So it's nice and big. Save changes. And there is our slideshow. And you can navigate to all of the slides. You can see it keeps jumping, so I don't think I would do that at the bottom of the page. It's kind of clunky. There's one more thing I love to embed, and that is Google Maps anything. So I'm going to pull this over so I don't have to keep popping back and forth. If you go to Google Maps, Okay, so you have to be in Google Maps, not Google Earth. And you go down here to this little guy right here. This is Stickman. And if you pick up Stickman, you will immediately bring up the whole grid of anything that is mapped with Google Earth. And you can even get a preview of it. We're in the middle of town. I'm going to drop my guy right here in my old hood, where I grew up. Now it didn't quite want to be there. That's 18th. Yeah. This is Jersey then. I didn't live in these houses. Such a great state though. And then you have to turn left at the triangle. I guess I could just go over the triangle. I'm just not used to it. It's not going to let me go across it because it didn't drive that way. Down here. And this is the house I grew up in. So our cousins live there now, actually. My mom sold it to them. And it's 21 on Jersey. So if I wanted to have somebody take a tour of my neighborhood, I might be able to give them some directions. I would click here on the three dots, and I would share or embed image. You know where we're going, right? Embed a map. Yep. And then we're going to copy the HTML code. Let me go back to our page. Click in to make it show. And we're going to insert our content the same way we have. And now when I save changes, I'll be able to click right into these Google Maps and just walk around my neighborhood. What a time to be alive. It's pretty amazing. That house was just bought by somebody who really fixed it up. It was a almost a time capsule. Everything in there was pink in the 50s. It was the last time it had been renovated. Anyway, that's beside the point. I want to show you one more Google trick though, because taking a tour of my old house, my old neighborhood is one thing, but what if you want to take your kids on a tour of the St. Louis Zoo? So we're going to grab Stickman here, and we're going to go to, where are the elephants? Do you remember? I don't remember. So we're just going to hang here, and it's going to take us someplace, probably the monkey house. Well, that's exciting. So you can just keep moving as far as we're going to go right into that part. So sometimes they're better than others, and sometimes you can only get to certain places. Aha. Oh, there's the main building. Okay. So if I wanted to drop you off, and have you go look at, what is this? The elephants? No, this is the goat yard. So anyway, you want to send your kids on this, this adventure at the zoo, and you might have to put 2 or 3 different embedded codes in to try to get them, on different sides of the zoo. And so you say do the same thing. You can do this in a discussion forum as well. So you can have the kids do the tour and then answer questions right in the discussion board too. This works exactly the same way. You have the rich text editor. That's what this thing is called, the rich text editor. And we're going to stick our Zoom app in here in the same way. And we're going to take that. And so there you go. I don't know why it came as untitled. but it did. I hope this helps. I hope those of you who are curious about embedding will just keep looking for embed codes. I also have included, like, I'm going to show you one more thing. Google Drive. So if I use the Google Drive resource app, there's not a whole lot of things you can embed. You could also do those Google Slides like I did, but you would have had to have already published them to the web. So if I want to look for PDFs, no, I'm not restarting it. PDF. Okay, so if I wanted to put this PDF in here, it would import embed. So this is right out of the Google resource app. And so now the AP US History course description can be read right here in this window. And I can't type on it. Okay, and you can open it. So if you have not enabled your resource apps, that was one of the first things that we did. Off the page a bit. Don't overlook that. It's gold. All right. See you later. Bye.